Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, we started the final chapter of the game, Blood Drive, and, well, we're taking over the role of Naomi and Ayumi, who decided to go on the brilliant idea to try and investigate the Shinozaki estate in order to find some kind of clue that could lead them to finding a way here to bring back the memories of their lost friends from the first game. And, well, things have already gone straight to hell as soon as we arrived in the general area where the Shinozaki estate is located. The neighbors that are in this place here are all acting a bit strange towards the two girls here who are just trying to inquire information about this place, although given how bizarre the whole thing seems to be just going from that alone, I think that alone should have been a clue that maybe they should just have just retreated and then maybe just came back with more numbers, bring over Satoshi, Yuko, and whoever else they needed to bring along, do something rather than just go to this place here on a whim with only themselves and literally nothing else here to defend themselves with. But anyway, we eventually made it up to the mountain where the estate was located. It wasn't there at first, and an old man who drove us over there disappeared, and we found ourselves within an infinite looping forest. And things looked pretty bad for a while, and well, now we're back right where the Shinozaki estate is located, and lo and behold, the house is actually here now, instead of it just being an empty space with only a barn left standing. And as you can see from behind Ayumi here, the house is clearly not normal. It's more than just dilapidated, it's glowing blue. So, of course, now that we've made it this far, Ayumi's all like, well, we made it this far, let's go inside. And, well, we're about to go inside. I'm expecting tragedy to unfold. It's only a matter of when it's going to happen, so I guess we might as well just mosey on in and see what happens and when. Gazing at the imposing structure, she took a deep breath. Then, after collecting herself, she walked right up to the front door and tried sliding it open. And look at that, it opens.
委員長が力を込めると簡単に扉は開いた。
It gave no resistance at all. Last chance to just hide out in the barn until sunrise, and then see if maybe you can leave the place then, but alas, your survival instincts clearly aren't working right now. Let's go.
待ってよ。
Wait! Too late for waiting. You had plenty of opportunities to wait, Naomi.
ダメだわ。
No good.
篠崎家の真っ暗な家屋には電気は通じていなかった。
The Phantom Estate had no power, it seemed. Well, I'm not surprised there. I mean, this house is clearly just phantom energy incarnate.
納屋の方は明かりつくのにね。
The barn still has working lights, but not the main house? Well, yeah, the main house wasn't even here a few hours ago, and now it is, so I'm not surprised that there's no electrical cables or anything actually hooked up to this place.
委員長が懐中電灯で玄関廊下の奥を照らす。
Fortunately, there was a flashlight on a nearby table. The class rep picked it up and switched it on, illuminating the wall across from the entrance. Okay, so there's a flashlight conveniently right here in the front entrance that works and is enough to give us enough light to see where we're going. So, we found ourselves trapped on top of a mountain in an infinite looping forest. The Shinozaki estate is now actually here when it wasn't here originally, and now that we've actually gone in, there's a flashlight conveniently waiting by the entrance for us to use. Is it me, or does it feel like to you guys as though I'm being led on here? Like somebody's put a carrot on a stick in front of my nose and is just guiding me. Because that's what it feels like to me.
すぐに右に折れるようになっていて、先の方は見渡せなかった。
Not that there was much to see. The entranceway itself was extremely small, breaking off to the right as a solid wooden door just a few steps in.
懐中電灯でぐるりと辺りを見回すと、玄関のすぐ近くに2階へ上がる階段があった。
A quick pan to the left then revealed a steep hardwood staircase leading up, and now it's pretty much the entire room.
気をつけて。すごい、ここ。
Be careful. The energy in here is strong. And that right there would be all the incentive I need to grab you by the collar and walk right back out that front door, because given your history with possession and just heavenly host, I do not trust you to not get possessed here.
霊感体質の委員長は顔が真っ青で気分が悪そうだ。怯えるような、けれど立ち向かうような目で天井や壁を見回している。
I could tell just by looking at her that she'd sensed something. Her eyes shone with a mixture of terror and determination. Deterioration?
変人症より黒い。真っ黒だよ、ここの霊気。
It's much darker than Heavenly Host. The energy in this house is jet black. Well, again, that alone should be a clue right there that I should just throw you out the front door. Because if this little house is worse than the entirety of all the negative energy that Heavenly Host had in its walls, which is really saying something, then leave.
本当？
Really?
気を抜かないでね。一瞬も。
Don't let your guard down. Not for 1 second. I hope you're telling that to yourself as much as you are to me.
思えば、この家に踏み込んだとき、非日常の世界に飛び込んだのだ。
Thinking back, our first steps into this house were basically the start of it all. It was at that point that we'd left the world of the ordinary far behind. I think you've left it the instant you set foot on the mountain.
普通にこうして、私の肉眼に映っている、この家の壁、床、天井、この建物の存在自体がもう、ありえない現象そのものだもの。
Simply being able to see these walls, these floors, these ceilings with our naked eyes directly defied the laws of nature. The house itself was a ghost.
ここでは何が起こっても不思議ではないんだ。
Literally anything could happen here. Well, I can tell you what certainly won't happen. This house telling you tales, because you know the saying, dead men tell no tales, and I have little reason to suspect that the same isn't also applicable to housing structures. So, last chance, ladies.
分かってたつもりだったけど、私は改めて身震いした。
I knew that and was doing everything I could to brace myself for the trials ahead. But the fear was still there, and the shaking wouldn't stop.
なんだかすごく深い感情の乱れが波となって、この家の空気に刻まれてる。
I don't really know how to explain it, but there's something like a literal wave of emotional turmoil cutting right through the air in here.
何があったんだろう。
It's deeply ingrained
この
too.
家が取り壊される前。
I wonder what happened before this place was torn down. What do you mean, to the occupants itself, or what happened within these walls specifically before the place was torn down? Because I could tell you what happened with the former suggestion. As for the latter, well, your guess is as good as mine. So, how big is this place? Wow, how about that? Looks like there's even multiple sections of rooms that I could look at. What's this room? Or maybe it's just I only need to click one section and there's only one part of the room I can actually look at. Alright, you all made it this far, so I might as well just go ahead and just explore this place and just hope for the best and prepare for the worst right along with you. Might as well see if we can find these damn answers you're so insistent on
この
finding.
鏡良くないわ。見ていたくない。
This mirror frightens me. I'd rather not look into it at all if I can help it. Then don't look into
どうし
it.
て？
Why not?
鏡ってね、人がずっと凝視というか覗き見るものでしょ。住んでいた人の思念がそのまま焼き付いて固定されていることがよくあるのよ。
Well, a mirror is an object that people peer into. And over time, their thoughts and feelings can burn themselves into the glass. It's very common. Well, I wonder what kind of thoughts and feelings have been burnt over the many years that many a restaurant has in all their wine glasses. It'd probably be a very insightful look into all the past occupants over the years, I'm sure. I'm not sure I'm even making any sense at the moment. I feel like I'm jumbling something up.
確かに、なんだか誰かに見られている感じがするね。映っているのは私なのに。
Well, now that you mention it, I guess mirrors do kind of make me feel like I'm being watched, even though I know it's just me in there. What is it now?
今、鏡に私と中島さんが映っていなかった。
That wasn't me and Nakashima I saw just now.
代わりに、幸子と
It looked like
篠原さんが見えたような。
Sachiko and Shinohara. Well, if Sachiko is here, then we definitely are screwed.
気のせいかな。
Might as well say your prayers, ladies. Maybe it was just my imagination. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. It was just your imagination. It was just a little vision that you just dreamt up here due to all the past trauma from Heavenly Host. You just see Sachiko everywhere that has a reflective surface because, well, bad shit happened. Lots of it. And you just can't help yourself. And this is just another one of those instances where you're just hallucinating crap, and it's totally not actually Sachiko and Shinohara that you just saw. And it's something that you should just totally keep to yourself. Okay. You really are just asking for something bad to happen at this point, Ayumi. Making it a little hard for me to sympathize with you when the inevitable actually happens. The shoe shelves are full of dead rats. Well, maybe the Shinozakis use dead rats as indoor shoes. And each one of them, without exception, has had its stomach dug out. You know, I was just joking. Maybe they ate each other. Hopefully they ate each other. Either that or I'm around the money and they literally are indoor shoes. It's an old picture frame. The glass is broken and there's no picture inside. It's a landscape painting of a lake somewhere. It's hard to tell in this light, but it looks almost like the lake's surface is comprised entirely of outstretched hands reaching up from below. Corpse Lake. It couldn't be much more unsettling. There are a couple framed photographs of Sachiko here, dressed in a formal kimono. It looks like they were taken during the Shinto Shichi-go-san festival, where children of ages 7, 5, and 3 gathered to pray for luck and longevity. A small plaque is placed below them with embossed letters that read, Sachiko, just before her 7th birthday. Best wishes for a long, happy life. I don't know if a lot of good those wishes did in the end. There are a couple framed... Oh wait, I just read this one. Okay, this is actually the same one. Okay. The glass is thoroughly clouded over, making it impossible to see outside. In addition, the window has no handles or grips of any kind, suggesting it was never meant to be opened. Anything else?
この鏡、良くないわ。
Yeah,
見ていたく
yeah.
ない。
You don't want to look at it. I gotcha. The door isn't locked, nor is it sealed shut like in the school, but it still won't open. There seems to be something heavy blocking from the other side. Then let's go around. Let's go into this hallway. What a very wooden hallway. What's WC? Oh, bathroom. The window is located surprisingly high up along the wall, revealing only a view of the night sky. Well, you don't want to make it easy for people to peep in while you're doing your business, now would you? I certainly wouldn't. The drain is packed tightly with what looks to be thousands of bodies of unidentifiable insects. Gross. It's a Japanese-style floor toilet. Every part of it is distressingly filthy, and there are spider webs strung all along the inside.
床に血の跡があるわ。
There's blood on the floor here. Where? Where? I don't see a drop.
乾いてカピカピだけれど、どうしてこれ拭かなかったんだろう。
It's old and dried out, thankfully. But you do have to wonder why nobody would have bothered wiping it up. Probably because there was no one around to wipe it up. I mean, this house has likely been abandoned for literal decades now, so, I mean, what do you expect? Wait a minute, I don't want to go up these stairs. Hold on.
大丈夫かな?
These stairs sure don't feel safe. Gah! Ow.
大丈夫?
Are you okay?
板が腐ってて危ないよこの階段。気をつけて。周りに手をついて上がろう。
Yeah, I'm fine. The floorboards here are pretty well rotted though. Rotted through though, so be really careful. Best to hang on to the wall for leverage as you go.
不思議だわ。そもそもこの家って存在しないはずなのに、あるものすべて触れるし、手にも取れる。
It's so weird. This is a house that shouldn't even exist. But we can touch everything. We can even pick it all up. It's all real.
家自体が霊っていうケースもあるとか何かで読んだことがあるけれど。
I seem to recall reading about cases before where the house itself is basically just a spiritual echo. But this seems totally different. So your expertise, as limited as it may be, is gonna do jack shit for us here, is what you're telling me. Good to know, I guess. So it basically really is pointless for me to have brought you along here. But I warned you. Okay, we got this thing. A traditional tatami mat, of the sort commonly found in virtually any Japanese home, is propped against the wall here. It seems to be infested with bugs. Best not to use it. Please wait here for your name to be called. Please help yourself to some tea.
待合。あ、そうか。ここってヨシエが診療も行っていたんだわ。
Wait here? I guess that makes sense. Yoshie did run a clinic from this house after all. Oh boy, what's that? Oh shit, it's Yoshie. Mr. Yukimura?
Hi.
Yes. What seems to be the problem? Bad case of the jitters? I think maybe some light reading of a happy novel might help with that. There are various medicine bottles scattered here and there on the shelves. It's a coffee table with a missing leg. Curious, you scan the immediate area for the wooden leg, but find that it's nowhere in sight. This used to be a floor cushion for people to sit on at the coffee table, but all the cotton stuffing has been removed, leaving only the cloth skin behind. Well, that's unfortunate. Where am I supposed to sit? Pieces of cloth have been haphazardly tossed into this box. There also seem to be a few rolled up newspapers, but they're absolutely crawling with assorted bugs. Probably best not to touch them. Well, you're not gonna find any answers of any kind if you're scared to touch some bug-infested documents. Each of these drawers seems stuck to its frame, as if it's been glued shut. There's no obvious way to open any of them. The drawers open easily and seem overall to be in remarkably good shape considering their age. The only things inside, however, are old playing cards with star, circle, and triangle patterns on their backs. Tarot cards? If you cross your eyes a bit, the holes in the shoji door kind of look like a person's face. Once you see it, however, you can't unsee it, and the whole room becomes exponentially creepier. It's probably best not to look at it at all. I think I might see it. Not sure. What's in this hall? For a lot of possible blocks to look at, for me to select here in the navigation menu, there isn't a whole lot of actual room for me to look at. So what's in the kitchen? Something from this decade, I hope. The cabinet is filled with small dishes and utensils intended for use by young children. Each one is printed with cutesy bunny or cat designs. Probably Sachiko's. The handles to these cabinet doors and drawers are all missing. Sounds of scaring bugs can be heard from within. Probably best to leave them closed. You gotta be brave. Ignore the bugs. Open all the drawers and doors you need to do. You need to open, excuse me. And look for answers. You better not have made me come all the way here for nothing. It's an old-fashioned gas range. Its surface is stained with oil. It's a gas-burning hot water heater. Every part of it is rusted, perfectly illustrating its age. There's absolutely no chance it still works. Oh, you never know until you try. It's an old model refrigerator, post-icebox era, but very definitely not modern in any way. It seems to be completely empty inside. I see a bucket. The cabinet below the sink is off its hinges, and a few rusted together pots are hanging out from it. The odor given off by them is stomach churning. Nothing at all in here either, huh? Alright, let's check this mystery room. I guess we can't go into the mystery room, never mind. Wait, what if I go into the living room? I guess I can't go in from the living room, okay. Or even from this hall. Alright, fine. I guess I'm just gonna have to find a way down in there from like the second floor or something. Let's check this bedroom. This particular bedroom looks like it's been converted into a study? Seems out of place considering the family. Whose study was it? Probably the missing father in the equation, who I suspect might actually be the young gentleman from a photo in the nurse's office from Heavenly Host I remember seeing all the way back in the beginning of this game. Because, I mean, if it's not somebody related to the Shinozaki family anyway, then who the hell is it? The bookshelf is full of old books that have been thoroughly wrecked with age. Every one of them is yellowed, musty, and falling apart. And you're not going to look through any of them, I assume. It's the frame to an old mirror that's long since been busted out. Where the looking glass once stood, there's now a creepy drawing of an old woman. It's just a rough sketch, but it looks absolutely realistic, as if it could just end up and jump out of the frame at any moment. An old woman, huh? One of its right legs is bent beyond repair, and there's a thick layer of dust piled on top of it. No one's been sitting here for a long, long time. No, I don't want to look at you again. The desk is piled high with dust, but the items situated on it are neat and tidy. Whoever used it was very organized. Right in the middle of the desk sits a lone key, completely covered in dried blood. Well, we might as well. And it doesn't look covered in blood to me. You all need your eyes checked. Acquired key to Yoshie's room. Okay, so this is Yoshie's room. Wait. Do you hear something?
木でできたこの家の床を革靴で歩くような音。誰かが下の階にいる。私たちは顔を見合わせてゾッとする。
It sounded like footsteps echoing through the wooden frame of the house. Specifically, like someone with leather shoes walking around on the first floor.
足音はさらに階段を上がり始めた。
The class rep and I looked at one another and shuddered. After a moment, the footsteps then began loudly stomping up the stairs. You might want to hide, ladies.
上がってくる。
It's coming toward us.
隠れなきゃ。
We have to hide.
私たちは慌て
Under the
て
desk.
近くの部屋の中に身を隠した。少し開いた部屋の扉から階段を見張る。
We scrambled against the wall of the room, leaving the door ever so slightly ajar so we could survey the staircase. Now that doesn't sound good. There really is something in here with us. Something walking around the halls. God, I can't take this anymore.
プレッシャーの連続に私は感触を起こしてしまった。すると委員長がそっと私の手を握って。
The constant, unrelenting pressure of this search was beginning to take its toll on me. The class rep, sensing my agitation, took my hand in hers. Wait, if you're feeling agitated, okay, you don't have any darkening. But wait, since this place seems to be infested with an even stronger negative energy than Heavenly Host, I am going to have to probably worry about darkening after all, won't I?
中島さん、しっかり心を強く持って。天神症の経験を利用してやろう。弱った隙につけ込まれたら簡単に酷化しちゃう。
Keep it together, Nakashima. Stay strong. Remember, Heavenly Host, if we allow these holes to form in our hearts, we'll just fall prey to the darkening. Translation. Please, for the love of God, keep it together, Naomi. I need you to keep it together or else I won't be able to keep it together, even though I probably won't be able to keep it together anyway.
かってる。ありがとう。
You're right. Thank you. Well, pretty much confirms it, though. We have to worry about darkening here. Well, it was worth a shot. There's no longer anything of interest on the desk. I guess that really is everything, then? So which one of these is Yoshie's room? This appears to be a bedroom. The sliding door to the closet is off its tracks, however, and the dresser has been knocked over. The floor is littered with junk, including a desk lamp and numerous bottles with unknown contents, and the closet is packed with old beat-up boxes. I heard someone snap their fingers. This room also seems suspiciously noisy, with creaks and bangs and pops audible throughout. Rapping at my chamber door. Don't you know it's rude to moan in people's ears? Dad! Mom! Mom!
大丈夫、委員長。
Are you okay? What do you think, Naomi? Do you think she looks and sounds okay? Just think about it real hard for a minute. Really hard. In fact, while you're thinking about it, look at her face, too. The class rep began calling out for her parents, totally out of the blue. I had no idea what was going on. Sorry. Did I say something? You called out for Mommy and Daddy. Boom. That's what you said. Can we leave now? She was grabbing her head in both hands, and her face was white as a sheet. She must have been the target of spiritual possession again, like in Heavenly Host. Fortunately, she seemed to have been ready for it this time, and was able to collect herself in short order. Once she did, our search resumed. Well, I'll give you points, Ayumi, for at least mentally preparing yourself for it this time. Not much, not much, all things considered, but I mean, I do honestly appreciate it. Just keep yourself prepared. Try to surprise me by not getting possessed once while we're here. There's some sort of stain on the back wall of the closet. It kind of looks like it's in the shape of a person, but that's probably just an optical illusion, right? You are in a literal haunted house. I don't think you should consider anything in this place to be an optical illusion. It's a Japanese-style sliding screen, or fusuma. There's a crude crayon drawing visible on it. Did Sachiko do this? It's very abstract, but it looks like something a happy, well-dressed little kid would draw. Not at all disturbing like the pictures in Heavenly Host. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, at one point, she did seem like a perfectly normal girl until, a big mean old school principal with his dumb dick decided to, well, be a dick and murder her and Mommy. Because Mommy wouldn't take his dick. For some reason, the wooden dresser wouldn't budge even the slightest bit. It's as if it were made of solid steel. Well, even solid steel objects can move. I think a better analogy would have been it was like as though it was bolted to the floor or something. So this must be Sachiko's room, yeah? It's really bare bones. The door is locked. But it looks like the key from the other room fits.
ここは
This is...
部屋の至るところに幸子の写真が貼ってあった。とても愛おしそうに。
There were photos of Sachiko all over the room. Virtually everywhere there was space for them. Her mother clearly held her very dear. Where? I don't see... Well, okay, I see a few right here, but... This isn't very many. What are you talking about? There's a tiny kimono in the box, sized for a young girl. The style looks similar to the ones worn in the Shichiko-san festival, which would make this Sachiko's for sure. Pictures of Sachiko are sprawled out all across the surface of the desk. However, like so many objects in Heavenly Host, they're affixed to its surface as if they were mere decoration. They can't be picked up or even moved. What's that?
中島さん、見てあれ。
Nakashima! Look! Up there!
あれ、おまじないの。
Oh? Isn't that...
部屋の一角、神棚のような高い位置に幸せの幸子さんで使った紙人形とそっくりの片白が祀られていた。
Perched high off the ground, a traditional household shrine was affixed to the wall, and within it was an easily recognizable paper doll.
ヤタの鏡を模したご神教の前に置かれた片白。
An offering, I
ナホさんが
guess.
見つけたのはこれね。
It's enshrined alongside a mirror imitating the shape of Yatamo Kagami. This must be the doll that Naho brought back with her.
憧れだったナホって人とは天神症で辛い別れになったそう。委員長が悲しそうな顔をする。
Apparently, the class rep's parting in Heavenly Host with her former role model, Naho, had not been a pleasant one. She looked momentarily distraught.
片白の前には茶色く変色した正方形の和紙が置いてあり、墨で儀式の手段が記されていた。
In front of the enshrined doll, there was a square sheet of yellow paper containing hand-inked instructions on performing an all-too-familiar ritual. Spirit in the Ever After. To confer a dying land upon an offering, one shall meet and meditate upon his or her name. Pleas must be spoken in silence a number of times equal to all transgressors plus the offering. An avatar for the offering must then be torn and split equally amongst the transgressors. If performed correctly, the offering's desired location shall become the land in which he or she dies.
幸せの幸子さんの原型だった。
This was the original form of the Sachiko Ever After ritual.
ヨシエが幸子を霊媒にこの儀式を行って死が天神症を作り出したってこと？
So, did Yoshie use Sachiko as an offering in order to make Heavenly Hosts the land of her death?
二人とも生きている時にどうして？何なのこの儀式？
This would have had to happen while she was still alive. But why? What was she hoping to accomplish? A very good question, I won't lie. I don't see anything else in here besides pictures on the walls and the safe.
日常の幸せな瞬間を捉えた写真。そこには被写体の篠崎幸子に対する愛情あふれる母親の目線が切り取られていた。
Picture after picture, each depicting some happy moment in the Shinozaki family's life. Yoshie's overwhelming love of Sachiko came through in every shot.
何これ。
Wait. What is that all about?
たくさんの幸せそうな写真に混じって家族3人の写った写真だけは異様だった。
It looks like as though there was some trouble in paradise. Going by the poor man's face that's been scribbled out. The photographs depicting the Shinozaki women were all fine, but those that showed Sachiko with both her parents were all a bit different.
ヨシエの多分夫であろう男性だけ顔をボールペンでぐしゃぐしゃと塗りつぶされている。
In each one of them, the man who was presumably Yoshie's husband had had his face completely blacked out with a ballpoint pen.
これきっと幸子の父親だよね。どうしてこんな。
That has to be Sachiko's dad, right? But why?
部屋を見渡すとこの男性が写っている写真だけは全て同じことになっている。
Looking around the room, it really was every single photograph that depicted this man. His face was inked out in literally every picture. All except the one in Heavenly Host. Very curious indeed.
なんだろうこれ。
So what's this now?
壁に0から9の数字を押し込むロック錠のようなものが埋め込まれているのを見つけた。
It appeared to be an embedded wall safe with a circular padlock and a panel of buttons comprised of digits 0 through 9. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to find the combination, aren't I?
どれ？
Let me see.
これなんか金庫っぽいよね。
This looks almost like some kind of vault, doesn't it?
適当に押してみたけど反応がない。
We tried pressing buttons at random in hopes of opening the lock by pure chance, but that didn't do a thing.
丸い状の端には右回りの矢印が描かれていて、錠全体が少し回るようになっていた。
Following the spin clockwise indicator etched into the steel safe, we tried spinning the lock itself as well, but had no luck with that either.
回転させると押し込んだ数字がすべて戻りリセットされる。
In fact, as soon as the lock made one full rotation, all the buttons we pressed in suddenly popped back out.
そして文字盤の周りには幸子の生前の写真がたくさん貼ってあるか。
So we're dealing with a combination locked safe, surrounded by photos of Sachiko from when she was still alive.
これヨシエが設置したものだとしたら幸子に関係ある数字だとか。
If Yoshi is the one who set the combination, it's probably safe to assume it has something to do with Sachiko.
そっか。案外単純にそうなっているかも。人が利用するものだから忘れないようにそうしている可能性もあるしね。
You know, you're absolutely right. It must be something really simple. Whoever used this safe would have chosen something they wouldn't forget after all.
幸子に関係ある数字か。
The question is, what would that something be?
語呂合わせでいくつか試しに押し込んで回してみた。
We tried a handful of combinations based on homonyms, rhyming, and the like.
けれどことごとくカチャンと軽い音がしリセットされる。
But every time, we'd just spin the lock, hear a metallic thunk, and watch as the numbers reset on us.
幸子。天神症を生還した私たちが何か知っている情報はない？
Sachiko. Come on, think. We made it back from Heavenly Host Elementary alive, so there must be some tidbit of knowledge we can use. What had we actually learned about Sachiko, though? Number-wise, all we could come up with was an approximate height, and that didn't work. What? Was it that plaque in the stairwell? Was it that plaque in the stairwell said? What was it? Sachiko just before her 7th birthday? The kimono she was wearing in that picture was an exact match for the one we found in the box in the middle of this room. It seemed as if Yoshi were really fixated on Sachiko turning 7. So what about just the number 7 by itself? It was a long shot, but... Are you shitting me? That's it? Well, that was disappointing. I was actually hoping to do a little detective work. Hey, I got it!
すごい中島さん。
Wow, nice job, Nakashima.
壁の錠のある部分が小さな隠し扉になっていて、錠自体がノブ代わりとなって手前に引くことができた。
The area of the wall all around the safe opened up like a secret door, with a combination lock holding in place and serving as a doorknob.
しゃがまないと入れないくらいの隠し扉の奥には地下室に降りる階段があった。
Beyond the tiny door, a door so small that we had to crawl to fit through it, was a long staircase stretching down to a hidden underground room.
クモの巣、怒りもすごいよ。
Spider webs. The dust here really is thick.
どれどれ見せて。
Hey, come on, I want to see too.
倉庫かしら。
Some kind of storehouse, maybe?
懐中電灯で地下の様子を照らしてみても、下の階は意外と深い位置にあってよく見えない。
I tried to get a better look at what we were crawling into, but the stairs went so far down and even with the flashlight, it was just too dark.
あるはずのない建物の、あるはずのない隠し通路か。危険度は最高レベルね。
So, this is a hidden passageway that shouldn't exist, inside a building that shouldn't exist. I think the danger level has reached its peak here. I think you're right.
私たちこの世じゃない場所の入り口に立っている気がする。
It feels like we're standing at the entrance to some realm that's not even part of this world.
委
Probably
員長
are.
がまっすぐに私の目を見つめる。怖いんだ。でも言いたいことは分かってる。
The class rep looked me right in the eye. I was scared, but I knew exactly what she was going to say. She didn't need to speak a single word.
たとえ恐ろしい運命が待っていたとしても、
Even if all that weighted us down here was an unimaginably horrific end.
これは私たちが喉から手が出るほど欲しかった呪いの真相への入り口。
We were standing at the source of the answers we so desperately sought. We were poised to uncover the truth behind the curse of Sachiko Shinozaki. You know, even if you do find all the answers that you could possibly hope to find here, all these answers are gonna mean jack shit in the end. If you can't escape alive here and tell them to whoever you need to tell them to. I'm just saying, come on, think. Is it really worth the risk?
新しい世界への扉。引き返したら一生後悔する。
This was the gate to a new world. If we turned back, we'd regret for the rest of our lives. Are you so sure about that?
私たちは顔を見合わせて地下に降りる決心をする。
So the two of us just looked one another in the eyes and nodded. We were ready to descend the staircase into whatever abyss lurked below.
おそらくこの先はナホさんも到達していない領域だわ。気をつけて中島さん。何が起こっても気を緩めちゃダメよ。
I don't think even Naho made it this far. So be careful, Nakashima. And how do you even figure that? Stay alert and focus down there, no matter what happens. She began descending the stairs ahead of me, but stopped and looked back after only a few steps to issue me this one last warning. I nodded again.
さっきの足音。やっぱり何かが歩き回ってるんだ。
It's those same footsteps. There really is something else in here with us, wandering around. And it sounds like it's on the second floor. They were extremely close. It sounded as if they were poised just outside the door to Yoshie's room, just a few feet away.
中島さん、地下に行こう。
Nakashima, down the staircase. Hurry. Okay. Well, we found our first
私たち
hidden
は
room.
逃れるようにして隠し扉の奥へ入った。
And so the two of us fled through the secret door and down the stairs. No more hesitation.
木でできた地下への階段は、より一層老朽化が激しく、ミシミシ、パキリと折れそうな音を立てる。
The wooden steps creaked and groaned beneath us, even more than ones from the main stairwell. It felt like they might fall apart at any moment.
恐ろしいのをこらえて、ゆっくり一段ずつ降りていくと、やがてジメジメした地下室に着いた。
We took one step at a time, swallowing our fear and just pushing onward until eventually, finally, we arrived in a small, damp, musty room underground.
大丈夫？足元にいろいろあるわ。気をつけて。
There's a lot of junk on the ground here, so be careful where you walk. Okay.
真っ暗でよくわからないけど、委員長の懐中電灯でチラチラと照らされる地下室の内部には、そこら中にガラクタや本が散乱していた。
There was no light down here with us whatsoever, save for the class rep's shaky flashlight beam. And all that beam revealed was a mess of books and clutter.
机の上には山ほどの本やルーズリーフ、紙の資料、科学実験室にあるようなビーカーや三角フラスコなど。
With a twist of the wrist, it then shone upon a desk containing a chaotic mountain of books, loose leaf notes, documents, and assorted beakers and flasks.
まるで科学者が研究か実験でも行っていたかのような散らかり方だった。
It looked like some mad scientist had done research and conducted all manner of untold experiments down here.
あれは何かのケース？
What's that? It looks like someone's family
委
tree.
員長が離れた机に置いてある古びた紙に近寄っていく。私も
The class rep shot over toward a desk farther in, her interest piqued by a glimpse of a large document spread out on its surface. I followed her lead. And let me guess, is this the moment where, after looking at this big old family tree that has been conveniently placed in front of us, we learned that Ayumi and Sachiko, Yoshi, and Yoshie are all actually related to each other, if only distantly? That's the big revelation that we're gonna learn right now, right?
中島さんにも明かりが必要ね。そこ、ノコギリの刃とか工具が机に置いてあって危ないよ。ごめんね。ちょっとそこで待ってて。
You need light too, don't you? Sorry. There's a desk over here with saw blades and other sharp tools on it, so it's kind of dangerous. Stay where you are. Genealogy chart. Gifted line?
家系図ね。何？能力者って。
It really is a family tree. But what does it mean by gifted? If I had to guess, I'd say it has something to do with maybe spiritual powers. Much like what you and Naho and your sister have.
Shinozaki, 三船、島村、三田、長尾。え？この名前
？Shinozaki, Mifune, Shimahara, Mita, Nagao. Oh, I recognize some of these names.
そう。あながち嘘でもないのです。
Hello, Hinoue. That's right. It's not necessarily a lie. There were many individuals born in the closing days of the Meiji period who possessed remarkable powers.
明治後期にたくさん生まれた念写、千里眼といった能力者たち。有名な千里眼事件の三船千鶴子や長尾育子。
These people achieved fame for their thoughtography abilities, and psychic talents prior to the so-called Senrigen Jiken, or clairvoyance controversy.
あの先人たちの能力の真偽はともかく、
Shizuko Mifune and Ikuko Nagao were particularly noteworthy figures at the time, and whether their abilities were real or not is beside the point.
超能力が科学に負けたあの宣言から後も、能力者たちは野に伏せながら自らの力を錬成し続けているのです。
What matters is that even after the scientific community discredited such abilities, the truly gifted continued exploring them anyway, often in secret.
能力者。じゃあ、ヨシエの家も超能力者の家系なの？
So if they're the gifted line, does that mean Yoshie and Sachiko were descended from those famous clairvoyants?
ここは調べた通りだわ。
Possibly.
男子に恵まれなかった篠崎家は。
It sure seems that way. From looks of it, the Shinozaki line was never blessed with male heirs either.
その母方の家と血を継承していくために婿養子を取ってきた女系の家。
It's a matrilineal house that's passed its blood and family name down from mother to daughter, generation after generation, through adopted son-in-laws.
このケースの中にヨシエとサチコもいるはずだよね。
I was certain if I traced this family tree far enough, I'd find the names of Yoshie and Sachiko.
あった。やっぱりヨシエもその母親も竹から婿養子を入れて血をつないでいるのね。
Ah, there they were. And just like everyone before her, Yoshie had married a man who had been adopted into the family in order to keep the Shinozaki name.
当主の名はセイラ。
It looks like the root of the tree is this person named Seira.
ヨシエの母親はラッキー。
And Yoshie's mother's name is Rocky?
長女なんだ。兄弟に男子もいない。なるほど。当主直系のサラブレッドなのね、ヨシエは。
She was the eldest daughter in her family and had no brothers. So that makes Yoshie a thoroughbred, a direct, unfiltered descendant of Seira.
死を例になってあれだけの力を持つのもわかる気がする。
I guess it stands to reason then that she'd have so much power and influence even as a spirit.
ラップがすごいな。
Rapping is getting pretty loud in here.
そして婿養子に入った父親は例外なく急死している。
All these adopted fathers who continued the family line died suddenly after their children were born, it seems. Without even one single exception. Well, that, to me, tells me that there is something very off with this family. If all the husbands, without exception, die shortly after their daughters are born. Part of me is actually wondering if they were just simply killed off once they outlived their usefulness.
まるでこの家が篠崎家以外の血を排除しようとしているかのようだわ。
It's like the family line had a mind of its own, and went to great lengths to eliminate the blood of other lines once it had served its purpose.
入り婿として迎えるにしたって結婚するからにはきっと愛情だってあるはずだから。篠崎の女性だって辛いでしょうね。
These are men who are willing to give up their own birthrights and take another's name for the sake of love. It must have been hard on the Shinozaki women.
お父さん息してないよ。
Daddy's not breathing.
あなた
No. Darling, no!
やはりこれは行うべきではなかった。
I suppose this was a fate that just couldn't be averted. Well, that really is quite unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. It was just a curse and not, I don't know, them being murdered by their wives. Such a strong spiritual influence.
篠崎かなえ、ひろひと、あやと。
Kane Shinozaki. Hirohito. Ayato. That's
おばあちゃんとおじいちゃんと
my grandmother,
お父さん
my grandfather, and my dad. Well, I knew it. They're related, ladies and gentlemen. Ayumi is distantly related to Sachiko and Yoshie.
そういえば入り婿だったおじいちゃんは
Somebody pick up that
お父さんが生ま
phone
れてすぐに
because
亡
I
くなったって
called
聞いてい
it.
たけど
I remember hearing that my grandmother was adopted into my grandmother's family. My grandfather, excuse me, was adopted into my grandmother's family. He passed away shortly after my dad was born.
篠崎家当主の3人の娘その三女から派生した枝葉にかなえおばあちゃんが
The head of the family had three daughters, and Grandma Kane is descended from the youngest.
この間嫌な直感があったけど私の家族がユシエや幸子たちの家系とつながっていたなんて
I thought it was creepy enough just having the same last name. But to think my family is actually from the same lineage as Yoshie and Sachiko.
能力って何
Am I gifted then? Well, you're certainly gifted at being a flesh puppet for various spirits. That's for sure. What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
何かあったの？暗くて怖いよ。
Hey, did you find something? It's pitch black and really creepy just standing here, you know.
ごめんねすぐそっち行くちょっと危ないけど私のろうそくあげるよ
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll be right there. In fact, fire hazard or no, how about I lend you one of my candles?
委員長が古びた紙を手に持って震えていた。どうしたんだろう。
The class rep had an old, oversized sheet of paper in her hand and was shaking wildly. Did she find some crucial piece of information, I wondered?
Book of Shadows.
Was that supposed to be creepy? Because I actually found that kind of funny. Ugh.
委員長
Class rep?
大丈夫
Are you okay? It hurts.
分力で潰されるみたいに
My head feels like it's being crushed in a vice. Ugh.
しっかりして
No, stop this. Keep it together.
委員長が部屋の一角を凝視して固まる。
She suddenly turned toward one corner of the room and froze completely, gazing intently at the wall.
目を丸くして異様な雰囲気。
Her eyes became wide as
猫が
saucers.
部屋の一点を見つめて動かなくなるような。
She was like a cat who'd stiffened up and just kept staring into thin air, high on alert for no discernible reason.
そこに何かいるの？音を聞いているの？
And just as cat owners are often left wondering what their pets are seeing, I too wondered if she was maybe looking at something. Or had heard a noise, maybe?
心配というか怖くなって、私は委員長の体を掴んで揺さぶった。
I worried about her. But really, I was more scared than anything. I grabbed her and tried to shake her out of this disconcerting trance.
委員長、どうしたの？
Class rep? What's wrong?
けれど彼女はすっと手で私を制し、ゆっくりと立ち上がって凝視した一角に向けて歩いていく。
But she brushed me off and held up a hand as if to say, "Hold it right there." She then began walking, slowly, toward the corner she'd been watching.
そこは一見して周りと変化のないただの壁だった。
There didn't seem to be anything special about it. It looked no different from anything else in the room. It was just an ordinary wall. Maybe there's a hidden passage.
前に立った委員長はしばらく凝視した後に急に壁を破壊し始めた。
For a few moments longer, the class rep just stood there, gazing at this empty space. Then, with no explanation, she began tearing away loose boards.
老朽化しているので壁の板は簡単に壊れていく。
It wasn't difficult to do. The entire room was old and in tremendous disrepair, and the wood was quite thoroughly rotted. Each board came off easily.
腐食した穴に指を入れて力を入れて引き剥がすと板はすぐに短く折れて床に散る。
Eventually,
折れるとまたすぐに指を入れて板を剥がす。
Eventually, small gaps began to form. She stuck her fingers into these and pulled, yanking away whole chunks of wall, forming bigger and bigger crevices.
しばらくすると壁には大きな穴が開き、穴の向こうには隠れた空間があった。押し入れ程度の狭いスペース。
These crevices then finally merged into one big, gaping hole, through which a hidden subroom no bigger than a closet had now been fully exposed.
そこには黒く分厚い本が置いてあり、
Is that what I think it is? Are we finally gazing upon the one and only Book of Shadows? And within that subroom sat a thick, dark tome. Creepy looking book, I gotta say. So, if this is indeed the Book of Shadows, it took us basically 23 plus episodes to finally get to this thing. It's a whole lot of filler just to basically reach this one point, to get to this one item that is basically is the subtitle of this whole game. It's the Book of Shadows.
どうしてこれが日本に？
Why is this in Japan?
委員長、どうしたの？この本、何？
What's going on? What's the Book of Shadows? Whatever it was clearly a very old book. And it didn't look like it was bound from paper. There were small ornamental patterns sewn into it, all of which had a certain disconcerting quality about them. In addition, a liquid that looked just as much like blood as it did ink had pooled into multi-hued stains all across the lip of the front cover. And that grotesque cover was already unpleasant looking enough to begin with.
人の皮と動物の皮を縫い合わせて作られた本。きっと間違いないわ。これはね、暗黒の書、ブックオブシャドウズ。
There's no mistaking it. These pages were made from human skin and animal hide. This is, without a doubt, the Book of Shadows. So, what, is this basically like our own personal Necronomicon?
お姉ちゃんに教えてもらったんだけど、血塗られた歴史の裏に隠された
Sis told me about
闇の
it.
書物よ。
It's a dark tome with a long history wrought in blood, passed down from generation to generation in secret.
お姉ちゃんに教えてもらったんだけど、血塗られた歴史の裏に隠された闇の書物よ。
It dates back to the tumultuous days of the witch hunts that occurred at the end of the Middle Ages, primarily in Europe.
魔女狩り？
Witch hunts?
そう。犠牲者の数は4万人にも上ると見られる集団妄想における迫害殺戮とも言われている。
Yeah. Mass paranoia led to the indiscriminate persecution and slaughter of as many as 40,000 people.
当時、悪魔と契約したとして魔術を使った容疑をかけられた人はね。
They were suspected of practicing black magic by making pacts with the devil.
教会や民間による裁判にかけられて、ひどい拷問にかけられたり、処刑されたりしたの。
So the churches and local communities brought them to trial, where they were almost always subjected to horrible torture and eventually executed,
とても残酷な方法でね。
usually in really cruel ways.
自然災害や貧困にあえぐ市民たちの不平のはけ口として権力者たちにもスケープゴートとして利用されたのね。
People began blaming them for natural disasters, poverty, and other unfortunate realities of life. And influential individuals used them as scapegoats.
主に生活の不安定な地域で苛烈に行われたこの悪臭に容疑をかけられて殺された犠牲者はほとんどの場合が意味のない言いがかりだったんだけれど、
The vast majority of those killed were just innocent victims of circumstance, who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
実はその中には
But there were a few.
実はその中には実際に動的魔術を使いこなす能力者たちも本当にいたのです。
There were a few gifted people among them who had legitimately mastered the practical use of magic.
能力者？
Gifted
動
people?
的ってことはほうきで飛んだりとかの魔法使い？嘘！
And what do you mean, practical use of magic? Are you talking like witches flying around on brooms and stuff? That's impossible.
にわかに信じがたいですね。
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
でもね、あゆみちゃんには知っておいてほしいのです。科学的に説明がつかないパラノーマルの存在を。
But I want you to know everything about this, Ayumi. About the things in this world that science can't quite explain. About the paranormal.
お姉ちゃんの研究のこと知ってるから自然の法則とか魔法の本質が祈りであるとか。
I'm already familiar with your studies, though. You taught me the laws of the natural world, and that the true nature of magic is prayer.
そういう力のあることはなんとなく想像できるけど。
It makes sense, too. It's really easy to understand how powers like that would work.
それ以上はファンタジーだと思ってた。
But anything more than that, like flying around on brooms and stuff, just seems like fantasy to me.
私がウィッカの道を目指した時にお父様たちが猛反対された理由にも関わってくるのですが。
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that's what Dad and Mom just must have thought too, when I told them I was interested in Wicca. To them, it's all just dangerous fantasy.
まあそれは篠崎の家のルーツにも理由があって長くなるからこれはまたいつか話しますね。
Though there are also the Shinozaki family roots to consider. But that's a long story. So how about we save it for another time? Hmm? Okay.
魔女というのはすなわち村の賢者でもあったから書生にも長けていたのですね。
Witches, you see, were usually village elders and sages back in those days, conducting themselves with intelligence, dignity, and honor.
彼女たちは迫害を逃れるため一切の力を隠して生きてきたので、実際の能力者の大半は処刑されずに生き延びたそうなのですが。
So when the witch hunts began, they were smart enough to hide their powers from public view. And as a result, ironically, the majority of them survived.
その後、魔女禁止令が廃止された後でも、
But even after the ban on witchcraft was lifted,
殺戮の強烈な記憶からむやみに力を使えない風潮は続いていたため、その力は使われないままに日に日に薄れていったのです。
the memories of what happened remained, and the black arts continued to be socially shunned. Eventually, the powers of magic began to fade with disuse.
魔女たちは長い年月の歴史で培った代々伝わる魔法の術がこのまま無意に失われてしまうことを恐れたのですね。
And the witches feared that these powers, passed from generation to generation throughout their long, proud history, were in danger of being lost forever.
力を後世に継ぐため、その秘術を事細かに記し始めたのです。
So they began chronicling them on paper, in painstaking detail, for all posterity.
その集大成がこのブックオブシャドウズ。
And that chronicle is right here. The Book of Shadows.
何人もの能力者の手を渡り、海底に海底を重ねて 神羅万象を操る魔術の極意が収められているというウィッチクラフト英知の結集。
Passed from one gifted mage to another, revised and appended countless times. A complete guide to witchcraft, detailing spells pertaining to all creation.
怪奇神話に出てくるアルアジフという魔導書の存在はフィクションと言われてるけど、
You may have heard of Al-Azif, that infamous Lovecraftian grimoire that everybody says is just a work of fiction.
人づてに存在を伝えられてきたこの本は実際に存在するって研究者の間ではまことしやかに語られてきたものなの。
But whether this book comes up, even among researchers, people always debate whether or not it's real. They always admit it's a possibility.
白魔術、黒魔術とたくさんの秘術が記されていて、中には禁忌とされる邪術も含まれているんだって。
Supposedly, it contains a complete listing of white and black magic spells, all manner of lost arts, and even some forbidden acts of sorcery.
邪術って危ないとか？
As in, really dangerous kind of magic? The really dangerous kind.
だから素人による悪用や事故を防ぐために門外不出の書として代々魔女の家系で守られてきたもののはずなんだけど。
It would be really dangerous in the wrong hands. That's why it was supposed to have been enshrined and kept under watch by the witch's descendants.
なんでそれが今こんな日本の片隅に？
So why is something like that here then, tucked away in a hidden room in rural Japan?
わかんない。でも実際この半世紀ほどの間本物を目にしたって証明する人がいなかったから。
I don't know. But it's been a good half a century or so since anyone's been able to prove they laid eyes on it.
やっぱりその存在は疑わしいとされていたらしいんだけど。
And that's led many people to start doubting its existence. The class rep suddenly picked up the book and began casually thumbing through it, as if she were looking up a word in a dictionary.
ちょっとそんなもの手に取って開いちゃって大丈夫なの？
Hey, is it really okay to be holding that? Much less opening it?
少しだけ。
Yeah, it can't hurt to take a quick look. If you say so, Ayumi.
動物の皮を縫い合わせて作られたような厚い表紙のその本は、委員長の手に持った漢字を見るとずっしりと重いもののようだった。
The tome, with its cover that seemed to have been stitched together from the hides of many different animals, looked heavy in the class rep's hands.
彼女はペラペラとページをめくり始める。
She became instantly engrossed in its contents as she hungrily flipped through the pages, one after another.
現実とオカルトが完全に入り混じり、私は目の前に起きている信じられない事象をただ眺めていることしかできなかった。
As for me, all I could do was watch in awe as my very real friend and classmate lost herself in this very occult book in this very impossible place.
本はやっぱり日本語ではなくフランス語で記されていて、ところどころ魔法っぽい象形文字みたいなものまで混じっていた。
But as expected, the book was written not in Japanese, but a mixture of French and what I could only assume to be magic runes of some sort.
高校生の私も委員長にも読むことができない。けれどところどころ日本語で注釈の書かれたページもあった。
As a high school student, I certainly couldn't read any of it. Nor could the class rep, but some pages had Japanese notes scribbled in the margins.
もしかしたら篠崎義恵が書き加えたのかな。
Notes that were very possibly penciled in by Yoshie Shinozaki.
日本語注釈のあるページに出ているといいんだけど、確か邪術の中には。
I have no idea if there'll be Japanese footnotes in it for it or not. But I'm betting if I look in the sorcery section.
鬼気迫る表情でページをめくっていく委員長。
The glint in her eyes was one of desperation as she continued flipping through the pages.
どうしたんだろう。おろおろするしかない自分がもどかしい。
What was she doing? I was starting to get uncomfortably nervous about this whole thing.
やがて足が疲れたのか、今度は床に座り込んでページをめくる。
Eventually, her legs must have gotten tired, and she just sat down on the floor. But she continued paging through the Book of Shadows.
そしてある場所で彼女は手を止めた。
Then, finally, she seemed to find whatever it was she was looking for. The sound of stretched skin flipping upon itself stopped, and she just stared.
あったわ。
This is it.
え？
What?
ランド・オブ・コープス。死者の国への扉を開く呪術。これが多分天神書を作り出す邪術のベースね。いっぱい付箋が貼ってある。
Land of Corpses. A spell to open the door of the dead. I think this is what created Heavenly Host. There are notes all over it.
いろいろメモしてあるね。でも、なんでページ全体を×してあるの？
There certainly are. But why has the whole page been crossed out like that?
わからない。失敗したのか、途中でおじけついたのか。
I don't know. Maybe the spell failed. Maybe whoever was casting it seized up with fear partway through.
でもね、そんなのどうでもいいの。
But that doesn't matter now. And why does that not matter? I mean, shouldn't this be a big enough hint that maybe you shouldn't mess with this shit?
これよ、中島さん見て。ライズ・オブ・コープス。死者を蘇らせる呪術。
Look at this. Look, Nakashima. Raising of corpses. A spell to resurrect the dead. Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this, Ayumi, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't.
これって
Just
嘘でしょ。
don't.
死者をってそんなことできるわけがない。
That can't actually work, can it? Resurrecting the dead is just impossible.
まだ常識にとらわれているの、中島さん。忘れたのかしら。私たち今どこにいるの？
Are you still bound by common sense, then? Have you forgotten where we are right now? Have you forgotten where we are right now? Because it seems to me like you certainly have.
確かに起こっているすべてがすでに今朝までの現実のものではなくなっていた。
Dear God, this is going exactly like the D2 ending of PC98. Well, almost. I had to admit, that was a good point. Reality as I knew it was far different now than it was when I woke up this morning.
だけどこういうのって大丈夫なの？倫理というか超えちゃいけない一線というか。
But is it okay for us to do something like that? I mean, ethically? Won't we be crossing a line humans aren't meant to cross? Well, besides the ethical concerns of the whole thing, you're talking about trying to resurrect the freaking dead with a book that's only partially translated into your language. What in what world do you think that this is possibly going to work?
怖いの。
Are you scared?
あなたが怖いだけじゃない。相手のことを思いやってない。
No, you're not just scared. You're also forgetting about all the people we lost. About what they've been going through. Ayumi, you're twisting this to where if we disagree with you, we look like the bad guys.
なすすべもなく、ゆい先生も、鈴本さんも、篠原さんも、森重くんも。
Think about Miss Yui, and Suzumoto, and Shinohara, and Morishige, all at their wits' end, suffering in that horrible place.
あんなひどい形で命を落としてしまって。
Think of how painful their deaths were.
存在まで消されて、そんな現実認めるの？
And how their existences were erased from this world. Can you really accept that as reality?
私は絶対認めない。あなただってそうでしょ。
I know I sure can't. And I'm betting the same is true for you. Again, you were twisting this situation to where if yeah, I'm not gonna repeat myself. That's right. Our friends were dead. They died. And we came here so we could do something about it. Naomi, for the love of God, please, stop and think about how dangerous this whole thing is. Please. Ayumi's clearly dead set on going down this suicidal path that she's put herself on, but you? Come on, you can save yourself at least. And if we didn't do this, nothing would change. They'd still be dead. No hope of ever hearing their voices again. Their faces eventually forgotten.
私の目から涙が勝手に溢れてきた。
Tears began welling up in my eyes.
会いたいよ。なんだっていい。みんなが帰ってくるのなら。
I missed them so
聖子
much.
ともう一度会えるなら。
And I'd do whatever it took to get them back. If I could just see them again. If I could talk to Seiko even one more time.
大丈夫だよ。大丈夫。もう何も怖いことなんてあるものですか。
It's okay.
私たち
It's okay.
人生の地獄を越えてきたんだよ。
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. There is everything to be afraid of. Don't lie to me. We climbed our way out of that hell. We broke free from Heavenly Host. Yeah, by sheer damn luck. Honestly, and when you really think about it.
あとは心に従おう。私たちにできることがあるならやるしかないわ。やりましょう。
So let's follow our hearts now. If there's something we can do to fix this situation, then we have to do it. So, come on. Let's do it. Ayumi, for the love of God, there is a time to follow your heart, and there is a time to think with your head. Now is definitely not the time to think with the former. Okay. It didn't matter how improbable or even impossible this was. Even if there were only a 1 in a million chance, we had to take it. I wouldn't want to mess with those odds. Especially considering what's likely to happen if you mess something up. And again, considering you're using only a partially translated book to try to resurrect the dead, I would bet you all my life savings that something bad is going to happen. It was absolutely foolish of us to try this. Ted, don't do it! It was unnatural and unholy and completely inadvisable. But as long as there was that slight possibility, this was something that just had to be done. We weren't about to give up without a fight. Then you might as well have just sealed your fate.
呪術は確か黒魔術以上に術者に返ってくる障害反動が大きいとは聞いているけど。
I've heard that practitioners of forbidden sorcery suffer even greater payback for their actions than black magic users.
日本語じゃない部分は読めないし考えなくていいわ。それぐらいないよ。私平気。
But this book wasn't written in Japanese, and I can't read the parts that warn about that. So, out of sight, out of mind. I can handle this. Okay. Okay, Ayumi. Come what may, you deserve entirely you deserve entirely whatever's going to happen from this point onward. If you're dead set on this, then it's all on you.
死んだみんなを生き返らせれば。
And you, Naomi, I sympathize with your situation too, believe me, but if you're dumb enough to go along with this, then, well, you kind of deserve whatever is going to happen too. This isn't quite the solution I had in mind, but as long as it lets us reunite with the friends we lost, I really don't care.
存在破棄されたこの世にも強引に戻すことができるんじゃない？
Since they don't even exist in this world anymore, dragging them back by force seems like our only option.
じゃあ実行しよう。
Yeah, so let's just do it.
まずは鈴本さんからでいいかな。蘇生に必要な写真も彼女のなら持ってるから私。
Okay, how about we start with Suzumoto? We need a photograph of the spell to work, and I've got one of her with me.
わかった。
Alright.
まずは鈴本さんを蘇生させる。
So, what do we got here? Some kind of crustacean in the bottom right corner. Something that at first glance looks like a pile of dirt in the bottom left. A bowl of cherries in the upper left. An empty bowl in the upper right. And just a bowl of water right between the crustacean, and on the far right two pairs of eyeballs, and on the far left a bat wing. And obviously towards the north, some kind of herbs, I suppose. I hated how I sound like a broken record throughout this episode, trying to warn these two of how bad an idea this whole thing is. This whole journey has been, along with what they're about to do now. But I swear to God, it's like they're not thinking at all about they're not truly thinking at all about the risks that could be involved here, especially considering everything that they've been through up until now. Like, to me, it would be very easy for me to consider these possibilities, and yet they're just throwing caution to the wind here, and just basically following their hearts to, for all I know, the damn fucking apocalypse. Because who knows what the hell this whole thing's going to unleash here when everything's all said and done. But alas, I guess we have no choice. We have to sit through this. We have to watch them follow their hearts, follow their dreams, and, well, probably doom the rest of us in the process. So, these are our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. They don't think with their heads all that much when it really counts, but they sure as hell are good at following their hearts. Yay. Anyway, enough rambling from me. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the episode off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I guess we can see what the hell we're going to end up unleashing with this little ritual that we're cooking up in the next episode. Because I highly doubt that whatever it is they're going to bring here, it's not going to be a revived Mayu. So, yeah, bring your popcorn, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to be one hell of a show. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care.